So when I talk about adding and subtracting integers, there are many different ways that people subtract integers, but the easiest rules that we can use are if the signs are the same, we're going to add the numbers and use that sign. I have a positive 6 and a positive 13, which is going to give me a positive 19. I have a negative 4 and a negative 10. I'm adding those together, so it's going to give me a negative 14. The only time it's a little bit more difficult are when the signs are different. We're going to take the difference. We know that that means to subtract. When we subtract the two numbers, we use the sign of the highest number. So this is positive 10 and negative 5. So the signs are different. We're going to take the difference. What's the difference in 10 and 5? 5. And the sign of the highest number is 10. I'm positive because this 10 is the highest number. Let's look at this one. We have negative 15 and positive 8. The signs are different, so we're going to take the difference of the two numbers. What's the difference between 15 and 8? 7. And we're going to use the sign of the highest number. The highest number is 15, so we're going to use the negative number. We can also use algebra tiles. So if we have 4 positives and 2 negatives, each positive and negative together cancel each other out. So I'm left with a positive 2. Here, what would this equation be? How many positives do we have? Right, we have positive 3 plus, how many negatives do we have? Right, negative 6. So I'm going to put a parentheses there, because if not it would look funny with the addition and the negative sign beside each other. And then I'm going to use my rule, or I can use my algebra tiles. These go together to make pairs, 0 pairs, and what's left? That's right, negative 3, because the difference between 3 and 6 is 3, and the sign of the highest number is negative. So then we would out some examples with algebra tiles. I'm just going to choose one. Let's choose this one, 5 plus negative 2. So how many positives do we have? We have 5 positives. We're going to drag those down. And we have 2 negatives. So I'm going to 2. So what is left? 3 positive. Now, I realize that the algebra tiles are a really good tool to use, but in 6th grade when we start talking about these higher numbers, if we have negative 46 plus positive 23, I don't want to drag an algebra tile for all of that, so I would definitely use my rules for this. Also, when we get to the MCT, I've seen many times that they want us to review with a number line. So if it says 3 plus 5, of course we would start at 3 and move 5 positive, and we would get to 8. So 3 plus 5 is 8. When we use negative numbers, we just start at the negative part on our number line. So negative 5 plus 10. Here I am at negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I end up at positive 5 because the difference between 5 and 10 is 5, and the sign of my highest number is positive. And of course I have to write that positive sign. A minute, and let's just do one more example rule. Those number lines are very important. But let's look at some of these with our rules first. And then we're going to talk with Tim and Moby about our brain pop video. So we've got let's take this one. Addition. Signs are different, so I take the difference between 12 and 3. Very good. That's 9. And 12 is positive, 3 is negative, so which one's larger? 12. So the answer would be a positive 9. Very good.